This is a picture of you can see part of it, the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. So we got a reality check on something been going around. Yes, this is a reality check channel. And if you can hang on for a few minutes, you're going to really benefit from the knowledge. If you're from one of the tribes in North America, or you just a colonizer, you're still going to benefit because truth always benefit. Now, I went through a rabbit hole when I saw this African American Museum. The story goes like this. You know the celebration over the weekend. They had a storm in DC, and the only place they could seek refuge was in the African American Museum. So they're teaching that like that means something. That's supposed to mean something. First off, if you're calling yourself an African, you don't know who you are. And what you doing in the museum anyway? Museum for, man, a museum, the word muse means to inspire. So calling yourself an African American museum is not inspiring at all. It's like you're an antique that people can look back and say, oh, this when these people didn't know who they were, and they call themselves African Americans. And that took me to the word muse, which is museum, a place of inspiration. That's what it's supposed to be. Now let's look at the word amuse. A in the Latin means not or without. So those of you who watch games or anything to amuse yourself, you're not being inspired by its very definition of the word, amuse, without inspiration. So the question came to mind, okay, if you're not being amused, what's going on? If you're not being mused, if you're not being inspired, what's going on? That's where the word dumbing down comes from. You're being dumbed down if you're not being inspired. And they don't hide it. They tell you this is for your amusement, meaning this is not supposed to inspire you, which the word muse means. So the A means without inspiration. You get it? Well, don't get it. Just do your own research. Study these prefixes and suffixes. So when someone tell you for amusement, they mean your mind is being dumbed down. That's another way of saying it. All those words means your mind is being dumbed down. Without amuse meant dealing with the mental, the state of your mind, the state of your mind is being dumbed down. Do the research, you'll come up with close to the same thing I have. So it's not just me. This is what the research says. You got it? Well, some will get it. I think they said something like 3 out of 10 will get it. And the reason why the 7 don't get it is because they don't care to study and do the research. They like to be told what to do. And when somebody's going against the grain, thinking on their own, he's automatically or she's automatically labeled, you must be crazy, oh crazy. And not because you know too much, because you know. Not because you don't know enough. Yes, they say you know too much. And they don't want to keep up with that level of thinking. So they label you outside the box. That's a good place to be, outside the box. And I never care to go in museums, places like that. No, it seems like to me like funeral homes, which they are. Now that I see the meaning of the words. And this life is supposed to be about life, not about death. So whoever came with that idea of an African American museum, it means you're dead people. We put you in a museum, which is true because no history, no people ever existed in America as slaves, but the white tea people. And it's amazing how many people don't know that. They take those slave stories to mean them. Just because all the history has been reconstructed, they haven't taken the time to do their own research and find the truth. And I just look at them like Mr. T says. Now, remember, I didn't say that. Mr. T says, I pity the fool. Mr. T said that. I'm just quoting him. I pity the fool. So it's a wonderful thing to be on the right path and know who you are and where you're going and where you're from. Then everything around you is clear. It's, that means your third eye's open. Yes. That's what all the sages teach. Know thyself. When you know yourself, your third eye's open, you know everything else around you. Without that, you should be in a museum somewhere, meaning dead, because you're already without self knowledge. So that's the reality check for today. Thank y'all for stopping by. When I got something that's going to benefit you in thinking right, I'm going to bring it right away. And thank the YouTube community for this forum that we can do this. Because ignorance today is a choice, and there's no excuse. I mean, nobody knows everything. When I'm listening to something and I don't know the word being spoken, the idea, I do it right away on my phone. I research that word and say, what are they talking about? Who is this person? I never heard him before. I mean, you can do research as you're hearing the knowledge. You can research it. That's a very new concept because before, if you didn't have a good dictionary or encyclopedia in your home, you had to go to a library and study and do research before the computer. So the computer made y'all lazy. However, many people don't even use it to do research. They would ask a question where they could have found the answer themselves by Googling it. Isn't that crazy? They don't want to take the time to Google anything. And not that Google can always be right. If you know what you're talking about, you know when Google is wrong. And you know they give you part of the truth, not the whole truth, most of the time. But you have a starting point. You got to be detailed in your questions, very specific, to get the detailed, specific answer. So, with that, we're going to say thank you all for stopping by. Until next time, stay in the light and to give a reality check on yourself before you try to check anybody else.